Let's begin our discussion with gerunds. Say you have a sentence that says, solitaire is a fun and challenging activity. If we were to diagram this, we'd look first for our main verb, and our main verb is, which is a linking verb we've talked about in the past. So we will indicate it's a verb by double underlining it, making it the simple predicate, and our code for verbs, whether they're be verbs or action verbs, is this arrow. Now we ask ourselves, what is? And in this case, what is? Well, solitaire is. Solitaire is a game, so we can call it a thing. We might want to call it an idea. Not sure. Okay, and then we also have another noun over here, which is activity, and we'll call that definitely a concept. I'll draw a light bulb here. Okay, then other than that, we have adjectives, don't we? So we have the adjective fun, and we have the adjective challenging, both modifying activity. Then we have one conjunction here, which is and, tying the two adjectives together. If we were now to change solitaire to, just now to diagramming, is a fun and challenging activity, we now have a gerund. Nobody is actually diagramming in this sentence. We're just talking about diagramming as the concept of diagramming sentences. Now, your gerunds can function any place a noun can function. It can function as the subject, can function as the direct object, can function as a predicate nominative, or could be the object of a preposition. Let's just turn the sentence completely around and put diagramming in the position of becoming a predicate nominative. So we can say a fun and challenging activity is diagramming. Let's add the word sentences. Let's make it a little more interesting. Now, our main verb again is going to be the linking verb. It's going to be the linking verb is. We ask ourselves who or what is in this, and activity is. Activity is still a concept, but it's still a noun, and it's our subject. And our predicate nominative is diagramming. Diagramming actually is an idea, even though we left it as a thing. Up in the other sentence, we'll make it correct here. It's an idea. Okay, and then we have our modifiers again. We have fun, still modifying activity, and challenging activity. We have a new, well, let's go back, let's get our conjunction, which is and. We have a new word sentence here, and since we are dealing with gerunds, gerunds can actually have objects, and sentences is the object of our gerund diagramming, so it's actually another noun. We'll keep it in the noun color here. A sentence is actually a thing, isn't it? We can usually touch a thing. Now let's see what this looks like when we diagram our gerunds. We'll diagram both sentences. We'll start with the first one. And we'll draw our baseline. We will draw our intersecting line here to separate the subject from the verb. And we know we're going to have a predicate nominative. So we'll draw the slanted line here. And our predicate nominative, I look up there and I can see we're going to have three actually, modifiers. So we're going to skip the gerund for the moment. We're going to put in our linking verb, is, which tells us that the word that follows it, rather than being a direct object, is going to be a predicate nominative, which is activity. And what kind of, it's a fun and challenging activity. And we're going to tie the, you can do this a couple of different ways. I'm going to do it an easy way here. Just put our dash line here, and then we will put our and right here in the middle. And challenging activity. How do you diagram a gerund? Well, we start by building a little podium here, a little triangle, and then we build a stair step. Right? A little step, stair step perhaps. And we put our gerund as though it's falling down the stairs, sort of. But the first part of diagram, I-N-G, diagramming. And that's how you put a gerund. Now, let's see how it works in the second sentence, where it's functioning as our predicate nominative. We'll put our, set it up the same way. Predicate nominative gets a slanted line. We know we're going to have a So our sentence begins with a fun, so we will start with a fun, and on the dotted line, challenging, activity, and it's now our subject. We still have our linking verb is, and now we build our little podium over here behind the slanted line because this is our predicate nominative. Again, we build a stair step. And we put our gerund here. Diagram, ing, falling down the stairway. Now, as you remember, we added one word to our sentence the second time. We have a fun and challenging activity as diagramming sentences. What do we do with sentences? Well, one of the interesting things about gerunds is that they do function as nouns, but they also can have an object just like a verb. It's like a direct object. And we put that in the same place we would put an object on the baseline after the gerund. Sentences. Let's move on now to our second type of verbal, present participles.